Bring in Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton. We'll get his reaction to North Korea in just a moment, but let's start out with this OPEC fallout. I think, Senator, you can make the case, correct me if you see it differently, I think you can make the case that the average American voter, no matter their party, Republican or Democrat, is not going to be happy if they're paying $4 average for a gallon of gasoline in this country, and we have the ability to produce more oil. We have the ability to refine more oil. But we're turning to Venezuela now for help, potentially?
No, Sandra, I don't think many Americans are going to want to pay $5 or $6 a gallon of gas as they are in some states out west, even though we have the ability to provide the oil and the gas and the coal we need in this country to power our economy. You know, we used to be a lot more dependent on foreign oil, and OPEC had a lot more power. But over the last 10 or 15 years, thanks to the ingenuity and the hard work of our petroleum engineers and geologists and roughnecks out in the oil fields, we don't just have the opportunity for energy independence, but energy dominance, supplying our needs and the needs of much of the free world. But the Biden administration and progressive Democrats in Washington have waged a war against fossil fuels. And it's not even that they are worried about $4 or $5 a gallon of gas in its own right. They want that to happen. Remember, Joe Biden promised to eliminate fossil fuels during the campaign. They want you to pay that much for your traditional gasoline-powered car because they don't want you driving it. They want to force you into an electric vehicle, which really should be called a coal-powered vehicle or a natural gas or nuclear-powered vehicle because the electricity has to come from somewhere. However, they recognize that's politically inconvenient. But rather than unleashing American oil production, rather than celebrating American roughnecks, they go to communists in Venezuela, or they go to radical ayatollahs in Iran, hat in hand, in a humiliating display, begging them to produce just a little more oil so they can say that they're doing something about the price at the pump that is hurting so many American families.
Well, surely they don't, Democrats, want this oil and gas prices to be as high as they are heading into a midterm election, which we're now just weeks away from. Certainly, the Republicans are making big promises that they can bring gas and oil prices down if they're able to flip control of Congress in November. So, Senator, what's the plan for Republicans? How do you do this, and how fast can you promise that you can get those prices down?
Well, Sandra, the oil markets, like many markets, are based in part on expectations and predictions. There's a reason why the price of gasoline started going up almost as soon as Joe Biden took office. That's because the oil and gas industry knew that he was going to try to strangle them through a death of 1,000 cuts. There's no one silver bullet that he shot to strangle the oil and gas industry. There's no one single solution, but we can use our legislative powers, especially our powers over federal spending, to force more lease sales or force accelerated permitting of the infrastructure we need, to put a stop to this practice of using the strategic petroleum reserve as the political petroleum reserve, and to generally make sure that the oil and gas industry in America understands that they're not going to continue to see this avalanche of anti-fossil fuel laws passed by an extremely liberal Congress.
It's amazing to see that move from OPEC just months after President Biden went over asking the Saudis for help to bring those prices down. The way the Wall Street Journal put it, the Saudis snub Biden again. I want to ask you now about this second missile launched into the EC. What is the intent, do you believe, of North Korea and these exercises?
Well, in the past, typically North Korea has fired missiles or tested nuclear weapons as a way to extract concessions from the West, especially from the United States, to try to cede to their demand. So first off, it's vital that we not make the mistake that so many past presidents have made, frankly, in both parties, viewing a missile launch as another reason to give more concessions to North Korea. But second, it's also vital that we make sure that we have the weapons, and especially the missile and the air defenses that we need to protect our troops, which, in a happy coincidence, is what we would need to protect our partners in places like South Korea and Japan. Those are things like more Patriot missile batteries, more advanced missile defense technology to neutralize this threat from North Korea. I would say third as well, Joe Biden needs to stop making concessions to dictators in places like Venezuela and Iran. If you make concessions to dictators there, Kim Jong-un, of course, sees that and believes that the store may be open to get more concessions from the United States. So it's always important that we do not grant concessions, that we don't project weakness to one dictator, because anti-American dictators around the world will smell the weakness and they'll begin to demand concessions on their own.
Well, they certainly are getting the attention, especially with the second missile launch in just a matter of a week, Senator. Appreciate you joining us this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.